All right. Hi, everyone. It is just past 12 o'clock Eastern Time on this Saturday, March 15th, 2025. Meteorologist Olivia Glass is here to give you some updates about this evening's severe weather event. So we'll go ahead and wait just a few more minutes for some more people to join, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I know a lot of us picked up on some pretty heavy rain throughout this morning. Some of us probably even saw some hail, gusty winds. We even had a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Monroe County, even slightly into Ray County as well, McMinn County too. That looks like it has expired already, so that is some good news. But we are still dealing with some pretty heavy downpours in some spots just north of Saudi Daisy right now, going through Dayton. So I think this will be the case through the next couple of hours or so before we see a slight break in these storms. All right, I'm going to go ahead and walk into the studio now just to say hi, and we'll go ahead and get started with these updates. All right. Hello. Thank you again for tuning in to this live stream that is just past 12 o'clock Eastern Time on this Saturday, March 15th. I've been keeping a very close eye on the radar all morning long for you. So we're just going to kind of go over some updates to the forecast that will be eventually coming our way later on tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and step off and go walk over to the Weather Center, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so right here, what we're looking at is our satellites and radar. This is the big picture of the storm system that we're dealing with right now. If you look a little bit towards our west, say through portions of Mississippi right now, they are dealing with some pretty active weather as well. Seeing a few tornado warnings pop up, even some severe thunderstorm warnings pop up as well. So this is a very active day, not only for us, but for a great portion of the southeast here. So here is what our radar looks like closer to home right now. I'm just waiting for this to load. It looks like a lot of the rain is starting to taper off, still moving through portions of, say, up towards Crossville right now, heading towards Pikeville. Dayton still picking up on some pretty heavy downpours right now. Same with Decatur. But it looks like a lot of that should be moved out within the next couple of hours here. But I want to emphasize that this is just the first round of storms. Heading into the evening and afternoon is when that severe threat really starts to ramp up, because we have a very dynamic weather system that's in the making right now. So I want to start off with safe spots and not safe spots. This isn't my intention to make you nervous or stress you out or anything. This is just me relaying the weather information to you and to keep you safe, because that's ultimately our goal, is to have everybody stay safe during events like this. So not safe spots are being in mobile homes, vehicles, large open rooms, and even the top floors of buildings. So if you are in any of these spots, definitely make sure that you make plans ahead of time to not be in one of those spots heading into this afternoon and evening. All threats of severe weather are on the table for us, and we'll look at those here in just a minute. Safe spots include being in an interior room with well-built walls, a basement being on the lowest floor you can in your building, even a storm shelter. If you're looking for a storm shelter around the area, it's a good idea to contact your EMA count in your counties, and they'll be able to help you find storm shelters. And of course, stay away from windows. We don't want any flying debris being blown in, glass breaking on you. That's just not safe overall. So we've been talking about this honestly, for pretty much all this past week. We've been weather alert since this past Monday. We're dealing with that morning chance of some severe storms right now. Again, a lot of that looking like it's on its way out. However, the higher threat for severe weather arrives anywhere from, say, 5 o'clock later on this evening through the pre-dawn hours. We're talking damaging wind gusts, tornadoes, large hail. All of that is possible, even some flooding concerns too, heading into this afternoon and evening. So I can't stress enough to just make sure that you are staying weather aware heading into the day today, making sure you have multiple ways to receive alerts from your National Weather Service office. If you do have a NOAA weather radio, make sure you have a backup set of batteries, make sure it's programmed to your county. All great things to prepare yourselves heading into the day today. Here's where our temperatures are at right now. They are slowly climbing into the 50s and 60s. 63 degrees right now in Chattanooga, 55 in Dayton. That's where they're still picking up on some rain. It looks like there could even be a pretty heavy pocket around that area as well right now. We also are dealing with some weather alerts. Early this morning, we had a tornado watch for Franklin County, Tennessee. That has since expired. So now we're really just dealing with some wind advisories for the entire viewing area. All of our Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, and Tennessee counties all are under this wind advisory through Sunday. Also dealing with some flood watches. Those are those dark green shadings. Let me get out my little pointer here and I can point to you better. So this dark shading here, that's all your flood watches through Sunday morning. But now we have some bright green shadings. Those are your river flood warnings. Those go through until Monday. We also have this goldish shade here extending through areas of Polk County, Monroe County. That's a high wind warning. So we could be dealing with wind gusts upwards potentially of 75 miles per hour. That's enough to knock out some power. We've already had reports of some power outages. So again, just making sure you're staying weather alert heading into the day today. That is going to be the best thing you can do. So now let's look again at our severe weather risk outlook for the day today. If you were watching me this morning, this changed on air for me. This updated to include Hamilton County, portions of Cumberland County, extending all the way southward through Murray County, now under that level 4 moderate risk for severe weather. Areas east of that still under that level 3, but as of right now, everyone's been commenting, what about Polk County? What about Hamilton County? What about Dayton? Everyone, this is me answering that question. Everyone is under the same risks heading into this afternoon. Everyone is dealing with the potential for tornadoes, hail, damaging winds, flooding. Everyone, unfortunately, is at risk heading into tonight. But if you look a little bit further towards the bottom of your screen, this pink shading, that's that level 5 out of 5 high risk for severe weather. That is not very far from our southern counties in Alabama. So we'll be continuing to monitor this throughout the day. I'll be here through the afternoon. David will also be coming in. So we have you covered throughout the day today, but just make sure you continue to stay up to date with us. Make sure you're checking the StormTrack 9 weather app, that you have your NOAA weather radio ready to go. And we'll be going live when it's needed. Here is the tornado risk outlook. This hasn't changed since this morning. Everywhere across the boards dealing with a risk heading into tonight. Slightly a higher risk towards our Alabama counties where that 15% risk is. But you'll notice these black dashed lines. That's called a hatched area. So all of that means is that there's a 10% chance or higher of dealing with a significant tornado, and that includes EF2 tornadoes or even higher within 25 miles of a given point. So that is very substantial. Any other day we don't have severe weather, this risk is zero. So no matter what, if you take anything away from what I'm saying today, just make sure that you are staying weather alert and you know your safe spots in the event of severe weather. Damaging wind risk is a little bit higher than that. 45% chance of damaging winds, 30% chance for that level 3 risk, say through areas east, Polk County, Cherokee County, but you'll notice too that these black dashed lines are included here as well. That also means that there's a significant chance for dealing with 75 mile per hour wind gusts or higher within 25 miles of a point on this map. So power outages are pretty likely heading into this afternoon, as we just mentioned. Yeah, there's some of us already dealing with some power outages, so just making sure your phones are charged heading into today is another great way to prepare yourself. Hail risk, 15% chance, still dealing with the hatch area as well. Remember these black lines? That area has a chance for seeing hail upwards of 2 inches in diameter. That can cause some damage to cars, for example, even 1-inch hail too. So this is very substantial for this time of year and across the Tennessee Valley. So this here is a nicer image of the graphics I just showed you. The greatest risk for today is heading into this afternoon and evening. Some of these storms could occur in the overnight hours, so making sure that your alerts are able to wake you up in the middle of the night will be extremely important heading into this evening. So now let's time out the rest of the day. Here's what I was talking about. I think we could see a break heading into this afternoon. This necessarily is not a good thing. You'll notice we have these little lines that are kind of moving from south to north. That's what's indicating a south flow. So that's bringing up lots of warm air, lots of moisture to fuel a lot of these storms that could develop heading into this afternoon. Temperatures also a little bit warmer. So moisture is one of our severe weather ingredients that we need to develop and even sustain some severe storms. So this is around 3 o'clock, and do note timing can still change a little bit between now and then. But as we fast forward, this is now 6:30 tonight, and just note these times are all in Eastern time. Now we see this line. This is the main event. Again, this is that second round that I was mentioning. Just now starting to approach our western counties. If we go forward to just around 9 o'clock, now we see this line across the viewing area. This is where we could be seeing embedded supercell thunderstorms. That just means it's a thunderstorm with a rotating updraft. We have to be very careful of those. We'll be watching out for those. Straight line winds are also possible. Hail also becomes a factor too, because supercells are able to have a pretty strong updraft, so it's able to keep a lot of those ice crystals suspended in that cool atmosphere for a longer period of time. So that's why that hail risk was a little bit higher further to our west towards that hatched area. But this area of low pressure that we'll be dealing with is only expected to deepen heading throughout this evening. So that's what's really posing that enhanced and moderate risk for our area. Also could be dealing with rapidly deepening of that low pressure system. As I just mentioned, we have to be keeping a very close eye on this, and we absolutely will for you. This is now right around midnight, now starting to see it through our eastern counties and eventually cross into, say, Cherokee County right around 3 o'clock. A lot of that wrapping up around 5. Now, timing can still change throughout the next couple of hours here. So we'll, of course, still be bringing you updates on Facebook here, on Instagram, Twitter, all social media platforms here at News Channel 9 too. Will be going live when it's needed. But just make sure that you're staying weather alert heading into the day today. Again, this isn't to scare you. This is what the atmosphere is doing right now, and we want to make sure everyone is staying safe and is aware of the threats heading into this evening. Go over your safe plan with your family. Make sure everyone knows what to do. Having a helmet wouldn't be a bad idea either. In the event of severe weather, you really want to make sure you're protecting yourselves and your family. But as I just mentioned, lots of comments asking, what about this city? What about this county? Everyone is under the same risk heading into this afternoon and evening. Even when we have this slight break this afternoon, that is just refueling the atmosphere to provide some favorable conditions for these storms to form in. We'll be keeping a very close eye on this into the afternoon. All day today, we will be keeping you updated. So I will go ahead and step back over to the green screen and thank you for watching this live stream. I thank you for tuning in to News Channel 9 and allowing me and the rest of the StormTrack 9 team to bring you these updates. And we thank you for trusting us with this severe weather event. So we'll, of course, still be bringing you updates here on Facebook, as I just mentioned, and live in the studio when needed. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, thank you for watching this, and we will be talking to you very soon.